Hello everyone. So in previous lecture we discussed about the script variable as well as request attribute annotation, right? So today we are going to talk about via annotation as well as child resource annotation. So first we are going to discuss about the via annotation. Okay. Generally why we are using via annotation, via what is the use of via? First we need to understand that, and after that we'll talk about the real use case related to that. Okay, as we are discussing for previous lecture. So generally via notation we are using for alternative way generally we are using. I mean to say like suppose that if you wanted to inject any child resource, we are going to use at the rate child resource annotation. Okay, this one we'll talk about after this. And suppose that if you wanted to inject any property within model class, we are using at the rate value map value annotation, right? This one. Okay. And the third one, if you wanted to inject any resource, request this kind of thing. So we have at the rate resource annotation. Then we do have sling object to at the rate sling object annotation to add any request a response kind of thing, right? So we have direct way to add all these things with the help of proper annotation, and we already discussed most of the annotation, right? But the same thing we can do uh, via annotation as well. I mean to say. Suppose that uh, we are going to use child annotation, right? But we can use at the rate via, and after that within via annotation, we can inject basically child annotation, child resource annotation. The value map also we can inject within via, okay, and request and response annotation was also we can use that, okay. So basically via is something like alternative way to inject whatever annotation we already used, okay. So nothing else. Okay. So if we have already existing annotation, if we are comfortable to inject directly, use directly the proper annotation, whatever we used. But apart from that, if you wanted to use at the rate y annotation, that particular part also we can use, right? And today we are going to discuss one of the use case related to y annotation, which generally request attribute one. Previous lecture we discussed, right? The same thing we are going to achieve via annotation also. Okay. So let me talk about the practical implementation related to that. So everyone within here, as we discussed in previous lecture, we already use request attribute to get whatever data we are bypassing through HTTP request. Okay. Suppose that we are calling this servlet, and along with the servlet, we are setting up some request data, which is basically course title and topic. Okay. And after that, what we were doing is that we were forwarding this request to home page, and within home page we have course title component, right? So this particular component we load, and here we do have model class. So model class will load, and whatever data we are bypassing through uh, servlet, so those data will able to get it here, okay? Because anyway, those data also coming via HTTP request, right? So those data will able to inject directly here, and after that, this injection, if we'll able to inject, when we'll call the servlet, we'll able to get the data, okay? Because injection strategy is working here. So means this request we are setting up, and after that this home page will trigger. Home page within we have model HTML. So here we are getting the model, the whatever data we are setting up will able to get, and after that what we are getting here, course title value and topic value will able to get. So when we hit the servlet, this kind of responses will get there, okay. So I think I already from thoroughly I'll discuss this one, okay. So if I go to here in the browser, if I hit this one maybe, okay, so as you can see we are getting whatever data we are setting up through servlet, and through model we are able to get those record, and within HTML, because we are bypassing through home.html. Within home.html we have this HTML present, right? So based on that, whatever we record we are setting up, we'll able to get those record. The same thing we are going to discuss with the help of at the rate via notation here. So we don't have to do much thing here. I mean to say we don't. I'm not going to change anything within custom servlet or any HTML, any dialog changes. Nothing need to be done. Only within model we are going to use at the rate via annotation. So what we'll do is that we'll remove this request attribute annotation. Okay, and what I'll use directly first we'll use inject. Okay, here, so any kind of property or anything we are going to talk about, so generally we are using index, and within inject basically what we can do, we can use directly via annotation, and via what we are going to fetch via request, a request attribute generally we are going to fetch, right? So this we can use it here, okay. Yeah. So it will behave as the same, okay, whatever we are using at the rate request and attribute annotation. Instead of that, we can use at the rate via annotation, and it will behave as the same, okay. So that's what I said. This is the alternative approach, alternative way to inject any kind of data. So we have any direct annotation already there, but if we are able to comfortably doing that, that is totally fine. But apart from that, if you wanted to use via notation in place of that, so we can use that as well, okay. So what I'll do, I'll just build the code. We'll check the output, okay. So let me build the code. So even build is completed. Let me go there and let me refresh the page, okay. If I'm refreshing the page, we should able to get that, okay. So maybe I'm just using here in place of Java, and I will use AEM here. So AEM tutorial basically, so we are getting AEM tutorial here, okay. So this is all about basically via notation. Let me discuss the next annotation. The next one is everyone child resource, okay, here. So child resource, everyone, suppose that we are creating maybe nested multi-field component or multi-field component, or we have couple of nested nested child nodes, okay, maybe. So in that case, based on the current resource, okay, so current resource means our component data generally we are hitting right in the page, okay. While hitting the page, our component data will reflect, okay. So suppose that if we have one page here, and we have our author one component maybe here, okay. So if you reload that component, the current resource for us is component only. So within component, maybe we have basically child nodes or child records or list of child nodes we have, right? So if you wanted to inject directly, we'll able to get the within current resource within model, we'll able to get the component information. But suppose that directly, if you wanted to inject any child records, okay, that particular part also will able to do via child resource annotation, okay. One way is that to manually traverse, and after that you will able to get the child resource child node information and related to that property, any property if you wanted to fetch. Otherwise, AEM is providing us child resource annotation. Based on this annotation, any kind of child resources we can inject and we can fetch the data, okay. So that's what we mentioned here also, right? So multi-field is that if we have multi-field or composite multi-field or nested multi-field information we have. Okay, so generally while hitting the page itself, we'll get the component, the resource will be the current component only, right? So within component, we have a lot of structure, different kind of structure, right? So suppose that we have multi-field, nested child, we have, okay, and any child node under current component. So okay, so whatever we are hitting, that will behave as a component resource. So within component, any kind of child resource, child node, if you wanted to fetch directly, it is possible, okay. Directly we can inject based on the child resource, and we'll able to get the child, any kind of child nodes, okay. So first, we'll talk about this one practically. Then after that, you will able to understand what I mean to say here. Okay. So let me jump to the real use case, and let me talk about that first. So everyone, we create a test page, and within this test page, I already created one component. Okay. So it is very basic component. If I author that component here, we have content card component. Okay. This is the one. So I'm not going to discuss this component because we discussed couple of component, right? Multi-field, nested, multi-field, everything. So what I mean to say is that here I'm going to explain one use case, right? So why we are using child resource, you should able to understand, okay. So within this we have a course title and description text, okay, here, okay. So generally after adding, maybe let me add those record first. So here maybe I'm adding AEM and should be testing, I'm just adding here. So if I'll save this one, okay, so we'll go to our crxt, okay. So let me open that. What we are going to fetch first, we need to understand that, okay. So this is the test one, and here we have let me reload this one once. So here we have test page, and after test page we have a container, then content card, okay. So this content card for us, this is the current resource, okay. Okay, so within current resource we have basically child node. If I talked about content card, here we have title, generally whatever title we have added, generally it is storing here. But we have one child node, within the content card, which is basically testing, okay, whatever description we have added, right? So within model, what we'll able to get within model directly, everyone will able to get this resource, okay, like content card. And if you wanted to fetch any like based on the value map value, title, description, any kind of data related to this, we'll able to fetch. And we already talked about several things, right? Any kind of annotation, we can use it here. But suppose that if you wanted to fetch the child node, so directly it is not possible within model, right? We can't fetch directly here. So what we can do within this, and after that, based on, we have to write some custom code to get this record, I mean to say. But in AEM, whatever we have here is that with the help of child node, we'll able to we can directly inject description node, okay. Okay, so content card will by default will be available, and if any data we wanted to fetch, we'll able to fetch directly using inject or value map value annotation. Okay, any property, I mean to say. But if you wanted to fetch any child node information, so we have to use at the rate child resource annotation. So the model as well as STL I also created. I just wanted to show you that. Okay, the similar way we have to follow every time. Okay, so what I have done is that I created the component, okay, and after that, what I have done is that I have created the content card. If I go here, so content card model I created. So here, as you can see, we do have a title. So if I go here, the title, right, this is the current resource. The current resource will be able to inject via at the rate value map value annotation, right? So as you can see, the same thing we are getting with based on this content card model, this particular current resource, this content card will be available here, okay, here. So how we'll able to get current resource? We'll directly able to inject via at the rate value map value annotation itself. Okay. But suppose that I just wanted to fetch these information. Okay. The child description node information. Okay. Maybe text or any other value property value we have. So if you wanted to fetch that as well. So how we'll do that? Okay. Because with the help of value map value, it will able to add only the current resource. We'll able to inject only current resource. Will not able to inject any child resources, composite resources, or any nested child resources will not able to inject, right? So for that, everyone, we have to use at the rate child resource annotation. Okay. So here what I'm doing is that I'm just injecting description node annotation itself, description node information itself. Okay. So here basically with the help of child resource, we can inject any kind of child node as well. So if I go here, what is our child node? This is the child node, right? This is a child resource for us. So based on which annotation, based on the child resource annotation, we'll able to get that. Okay. Yeah. So this within this child description node, we'll able to get this particular resource right now, which is child resource, which is description node resource. Okay. And what I have done is that I generated the getter error method, and within this child description, because we have one more property we have, which is text. So I created one model, and after that, because right now within this description model, we are able to get the child resources, and within child resources, if you wanted to inject any property, like if you wanted to inject any property, so generally what we are doing here is that we are using at the rate value map value annotation, right? So the same thing I'm doing, I'm generating the getter method. So and this the model we are calling, this model via STL we are calling. So if I go to content card and content card.html, so here what we are doing, content card model, and after that generally this is the current resource wala title. So we are able to fetch that. But suppose that first what we are doing is that this description node should be available first, right? Okay. And after that only you will able to get the test. If this node is not itself available, then how will able to test? So how will able to get? Suppose that only we have added title here. Okay. While authoring, we haven't added the description maybe. So in that case, this condition will be false, and this will not able to execute, right? Suppose that within dialog, if we are adding this any child description node is creating, only we'll able to get the only this condition will be true, and after that we'll able to fetch the description. So right now, as you can see, we are getting title, and after that we are getting text. Okay. So how we'll get the text basically? So card, basically card, and after that within the card model we have, if I go here within the card model, we have description node. So I'm getting description node dot, and after that if I go here once again, whatever data we have, text, right? So generally get text, get description, we are getting everyone. Okay. Not a get text or get description, not a variable. Okay, so you already know that. Okay, because this is public, as I mentioned earlier, right? So as you can see, in this way we'll able to get the data. So what I mean to say is that I just wanted to explain one concept, which is child resource, and how we are injecting that. So okay, so maybe if we have any nested child resource also, so how we'll able to do that? So based on the child resource, once again you can inject nested data or composite data, anything is possible. So based on the child resource, we'll able to get. So this is very basic example I explain here. The same way you any kind of multi-field node we are creating, right? So instead of using any other annotation, nested multi-for or multi-fold node, we can directly use at the rate child resource annotation, and we'll able to get that. Okay, any record. So I hope you understand this one. Okay, let me know if you have any doubt in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.